Hi home cooks! Today I'm in the kitchen making baked peaches in caramel. Ripe peaches baked until soft and covered in caramel. This dessert is simple and elegant. The perfect quick and easy dessert that you can make at home. The perfect dessert for the end of summer or those cool autumn nights. The natural sweetness of the fruit infuses into the warm caramel that's flavored with a touch of spice. The perfect blend of juicy tender fruit and rich buttery caramel sauce. Perfect for pairing with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream for that rich peaches and cream flavor. So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make caramel baked peaches. To start this recipe, I'm going to prepare the peaches. I'm going to wash and then slice in half 5 ripe peaches. There's no need to peel the peaches for this recipe, but you can if you prefer them that way. Then with a small spoon or carefully with a knife, remove the pit from each peach. Now to give all my peaches that nice blistered golden brown top, I'm going to preheat a Dutch oven or a large oven-proof pan. Add in 2 tablespoons of butter and allow it to melt over medium heat. Now I'm going to place the peaches, cut side down, in the bottom of the pan. Allow them to cook, brown, and caramelize. You may need to move the peaches around to different spots of the pan to help them all cook evenly. Now my peaches are ready and I'm going to remove them to a plate. Already a ton of fruity flavor and peach juices has infused into the butter. Now to the hot pan, I'm going to whisk in 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Mix in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 3/4 of a cup of water. Stir until the sugar starts to dissolve. And now to add my warm, fragrant spices. I'm whisking in a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a pinch of ground clove. I'm also going to whisk in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This will just balance out the sweetness and give that salted caramel flavor. Now that my rich sauce is ready, I'm going to return the peaches to the pan, cut side down. And my peaches are ready to bake in my 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius oven. And allow them to bake for 15 minutes or until the peaches are soft when pierced with a fork. Now my peaches are soft and the liquid is packed with flavor. And now to thicken the sauce, but first I need to once again remove the peaches to a plate. Mix together 1½ tablespoons of cornstarch in a bowl with a 1/2 cup of cool water. Then while whisking, I'm going to pour the mixture into the caramel. Then when it's well combined into the hot sauce, I'm going to return the whole pan to the oven. I'm going to let it cook for another 5 minutes or until bubbling and thickened. Then remove from the oven and whisk the sauce until it's smooth. And finally, I can return my peaches and coat them in the thick sauce. And my peaches are ready to serve warm with a generous drizzle of the thick caramel sauce on top. To elevate this dessert, add a scoop of ice cream or a dollop of whipped cream to each portion as you serve it. Now you can turn your everyday peaches into something extraordinary with this easy baked peaches in caramel recipe. Whether you're entertaining guests or craving a quick treat, this recipe is the perfect dessert. And as always, you can find a link to the full written recipe in the description box below. Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.